Good evening, folks. It is the 6th of December, 2016, and I've been asked on more than a few occasions to talk about my journal covers because I rarely work in a journal without doing something with the cover first. To me, it just seems to be an introduction to your journal. Now, one hint. This is not about covers, this is about new journals in general. When you have a new journal, the one thing that seems to be common among folks is that it's such a nice, say, pristine journal. They're afraid to make it look imperfect. Because when you open a new journal, there's all these fresh pages, fresh cover. They're beautiful. And so the one way that I make sure that I'm comfortable to move ahead and be human in my journal is to write the first sentence and cross out one of the words so that you have a mistake. Not that you even made a mistake, just so that it isn't perfect anymore. You'd be surprised at how comfortable that can make you feel with a journal. Okay, so covers. I usually use sayings and pictures and so on. One that has one of my drawings on it. And I often use packing tape, clear packing tape, moving tape, to seal it all in. I put the strips down, or the old clear Mac tack or whatever, stick tack. I don't know what they call it these days, but okay. So the first one is my writer's prompt journal, full of pages with pictures on them, waiting to have some writing done to them. This is a prompt for writing, and I just added some sayings I like, things like that. And of course, I do the inside of the cover. Okay. So that's a little cheapo dollar store journal, but I of course decorated the color or the cover, and it's the writing prompt journals. Blank pages with all my extra pictures that I don't use for something else. And it gives me a chance to pick it up, open it, and do a quick writing exercise. It's great fun, actually it is. I'll never go without a writing prompt journal again, frankly. The next one we're going to look at is my art journal done in a converted textbook. This is an old chemistry textbook, and I do wonderful art projects in there. So because chemistry is part of paint, I figured I'd leave the test tubes, and then I just put a picture from the Toledo, um, like a pamphlet from the Toledo Museum of Art, and that's my converted textbook. Now, I have a journal that is all to do with awesome meals I want to make and food information and clothing put togethers and things that I want to escape into, so I called it my escape journal. And again, it's just covered with the wide moving tape. And I have a journal waiting for me for the brand new year. This is a writing journal. It is, of course, a moleskin because I love working in moleskin. And I especially love moleskin blank, not lined. I do love moleskin. They're out of all the journals I've used, I think I keep going back to it because I love it so much. This one, though, is for January 1st. It is going to be see, it says the next great chapter in my life story. And this was just a beautiful postcard that my daughter had picked up at an art shop. And so she gave it to me to use on my red moleskin. And this will be a new writing project. I'm starting a new fiction. So this is what this journal is going to hold. Now I have my tiny home journal. It's more like a vision board than a journal, but I put one of my own pieces there. That was a cottage that I watercolored It had to do with tiny homes in the fall. It was watercolor on a piece of book, like an old fiction book I had that I didn't want anymore. And I ripped a page out and just painted on it. But again, it's covered in that tape, so it makes it waterproof. This is just a little thin thing about some of the things I want in my tiny home and so on. So I keep that, and the tiny home on the front is the one that I want. And last but not least, I think this is the last one. Oh, the only thing I did to the cover of my faux dory was put the Dias de los Mortis skull on. It's just one of those material patches, and I used two-sided tape to adhere it to the vinyl cover of my faux dory. So that's the cover of that. And my favorite cover, this one again is a moleskin blank. And this one is my motivation, inspiration, law of attraction, etc. book. And I love this. I put this cover together out of bits and pieces from other projects. And I love the cover. It has music and philosophy and thriving. And that might be my new word for this coming year. Philosophy and some of the horror I like in my life, and just everything. The typewriter, of course, magic. I just love this cover. You can see this is a well-worn journal. It's my, see, the inside cover is awesome. It's a well-used book, but it's not my everyday Omni Journal. This is more my motivation, inspiration, law of attraction journal. So if I have something I want to remember about that, then I put it in this journal. So, and the reason I did that, I'll be honest with you, the reason that I did that was because I wanted to make this journal last longer. I wanted to be able to use this with this cover so it lasted longer, and I could look at it longer. So I limited it to inspirational material and law of attraction and so on. Omni journals or everyday journals or things like that, they get used up very quickly, so you have to go on to the next one. This way, if I use it more as a reference journal, it'll be around a lot longer. So that's actually my reasoning for it. And my journal that I just started a few days ago, December 1st, I needed to start a new Omni journal. I had finished my last one, and I decided to try a moleskin softcover. I'd never used one before. They're more expensive than the hardcover. Probably the process to keep the softcover strong, things like that. I don't know, but they're more expensive than the hardcover. This one is blank, and this is the cover of it. This is my Omni journal, so it has to do, whoops, wrong side, drawing and writing and asking questions, asking why, travel ideas. There's the stamps, the winter Canadian. See, I started in December, so. And then some embellishments and so on. And so this is my current Omni journal. I'll probably be doing a flip through when I'm halfway through this for you. But the covers of my journals are what greet me, what cause me to open them. They are as much a part of the journal as every page that's in there. So if you're not comfortable with the cover of your journal, do whatever it takes to make yourself comfortable with it. You'll be happy that you did in the long run, because it means you take hold of it and you go, yes, you feel comfortable. Like this, my inspirational journal and my Omni journal are always right near me. They're rarely, the others are put on a shelf over here, but these two, and my faux dory, that's a must-have around me. This one. If you don't know what a Midori system is or a faux dory, I'll actually make another video of it and show you guys what that system is about. It's amazing. I love the shape of the pages on the large size. But these two journals, moleskin, of course, I just am hooked on them. These are with me all the time. So not when I go out of the house. I mean, they stay in the house, but I actually have a journal I take when I go out. So um, those are the covers of the journals of a journal addict. So it doesn't matter what you do to your journal, you must make it yours. It's as much a part of you as your hand. It's as much a part of you as it's a part of you. It's going to contain things that are a part of your life. So make it a part of you. Put your favorite things on it, put sayings you like. I never let a magazine pass. I don't care what it's on. I never let a magazine pass by because magazines use taglines and headlines and large words and images and so on that you can cut out and use for inspiration and quotes and stuff. Yeah, it's great. Also, take a minute to look up lettering on YouTube, and you'll find all kinds of videos that have to do with interesting lettering for your journals. And you can put a title in a really unique lettering and it changes the whole look of the page. So you can have all the washi tape you want, but if you have some really smashing lettering, looks great. Okay, I've taken up enough of your time. Those are some journal covers to get you inspired. Make your journal your own because it is yours. It's your place. It's your sacred space. Enjoy your week ahead and enjoy life on the half shell.